I think it's raining outside right now, babes.
Did you look at it outside?
Well, from your living room, I can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I heard some raindrops.
But that's okay.
It's okay. We need the rain, okay?
Yes. We forgot to mention yesterday that the masks are coming off here in Oregon, finally.
Well, they did yesterday, yes.
Right. But we didn't say it.
I know. If you haven't heard already.
We were one of the last states. I think for real there might be 2 other states that still have.
Hawaii is the last one.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
That's so odd to me considering that it's not exactly a state that you can just drive to.
No, and, well, I mean, I could say a lot of things about Governor Ige, but I'm sure that there are people that are not happy with him because of that. But apparently, I guess they're lifting their restrictions. If they haven't already done it, I think they're going to be the last state to do it.
But they're going to do it soon.
If they haven't done it already. But I just heard the other day that they were going to be the last state to lift them, which I think is kind of strange.
Yeah, we're getting out of the pandemic. Why do you think it's strange?
Well, because I mean, they were so strict on people coming in,
mm-hmm.
and their cases weren't even that high. Their numbers weren't high either, so I don't know. They should have lifted them a long time ago, honestly.
Didn't your sister who lives there have COVID? I know she didn't die or anything, but
she did, and people have had it, but she never had to go to the hospital or anything.
And she's anti-vax.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a what am I trying to say? The anti-vax thing is not necessarily true because there are people that are anti-coronavirus vax, but not actually anti-vaccine.
Okay.
There's a difference. But even if she didn't want this. She didn't want any shots in her. But she's better. She's doing much better.
That's good.
Yeah. In fact, I just talked to her the other day.
Oh, about me?
No, not you.
Oh.
No. We had a good conversation. It's not all about you, Bob.
No, for some reason, babes, I get really excited when I find out that somebody's been talking to another person about me. I don't know what it is, and it really doesn't matter who the person is. When I hear that, I'm like, really?
Well, I think we all kind of do. I mean, if I'm really honest, sometimes I do wonder if you told anybody, if you talked to anybody about me and if it was positive, but otherwise, I'd rather not be in the conversation all the time.
You always seem so angry when I say me and my friends were talking about you.
Well, because after I find out what it was about and then you put words in my mouth and it's like,
oh.
Well, Buzz, you kind of provoke it.
I didn't know that. I am pro-vaccine to a point, but there are some interesting arguments against it, like the fact that we haven't really gotten out of the test phase for the vaccine, and that, it didn't exactly make the virus go away. It just mutated. And also, if you really do think that the vaccine is the best way to go, well, then why are we not lifting the patents for poor countries that can't afford it?
Right, yeah, but anyway, yeah, interesting stuff. But no, the reason why but back to the, talking about me stuff.
Go ahead.
Quick. The reason why I have gotten angry with you is because when you've said things like, oh, I told them about da-da-da-da-da, and it's not a positive thing, it's kind of like a, why was I in the conversation when that wasn't true? You put me in there.
Oh my goodness.
And it wasn't like I was like super angry. I was kind of annoyed. There's a little bit of a difference there.
I hear you.
You see, Bubs, you might want to ask me if I want to be in the conversation sometimes,
Well, I don't know about that there, Jaylo.
I would like to be in the know.
Okay.
Okay.
well, people are dying of coronavirus and the vaccine, and yet here you are, obsessed whether or not you're going to be mentioned in the conversation properly. Ouch! What was that? Can you, babes, let me ask you something.
No.
We obviously can't do it today because of what you just did.
Oh, really?
Well, you got to hear what I'm saying. Do you think it would be possible for you to do an episode that we do in person where you're not tickling me?
No.
Okay.
It wouldn't be fun.
At least you're honest about it.
No, I can't. You know why? Because it wouldn't be fun. It would be a little bit bland, if you ask me.
Well, give me a kiss.
I mean, I could storm out of the room, but why would I want to do that?
Okay, give me a kiss. I remember, babes.
Yes.
When Richard Simmons used to do the Howard Stern show a lot.
Oh, yeah?
And he would always storm off of the show.
Oh, yeah?
For some reason. And I remember one time, this was from like 1989, but they were replaying it.
Uh-huh.
And they're just hanging out, and then Richard Simmons tries to cry and leaves and says, I'm never doing the show again. And Howard's just like, he'll be back. What else is going on?
Why was he crying?
I don't know. I'm my assumption.
Yeah.
I don't know Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
This could be completely false. I believe that he is gay, and because of the generation...
there's no doubt about that. He's very...
Well, he hasn't said publicly.
I know, but, he's very effeminate.
Okay. And from the generation he came from, he may feel like it's not safe for him to come out of the closet. And so it's one of those things to where most people speculate that he's gay, but it's never been said publicly. So he probably feels that he has to hide this part of his life. And as a result, it creates these like little conflicts to where he has to run out of interviews crying.
Or maybe that's just his shtick. Maybe it could be that he is that way. He's gay, but it also could be that maybe that's just his persona.
Did you hear about Adam Driver?
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, he's in a bunch of the new Star Wars movies. He was on that show Girls.
I never watched Girls, but I have heard the show.
I've watched it.
That's the one with Lena Dunham.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her as a person. The show wasn't bad, though.
Yeah, she doesn't sound like a nice lady.
Okay. In any event, this was a couple months before the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
And he was in a movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Uh-huh.
I think it's called Marriage Story.
Yeah.
He goes on Fresh Air to promote it.
Mm-hmm.
And they start playing clips from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He gets so upset that they're playing clips of the performance that he takes his headphones off and walks out of the studio.
Really?
Yeah.
You actually heard it?
I didn't hear it. I heard about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that one didn't make it on the air then.
I don't know. But that's like the dumbest reason to leave an interview.
I know. It's not like he's being taunted or he's being teased, but some people are just, total divas. Mm-hmm. They're either drama kings or drama queens, and they want the attention on them. It's quite annoying, actually.
What do you think it is about being in show business that makes people so disconnected? Like, oftentimes I'll think to myself, I wish my art was more successful.
Yeah.
But then I start to imagine if that was the case, maybe I'd turn into one of these people who can't handle things like somebody playing a clip of me. You know what I mean?
I think it's a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Because the more rich and famous you are, the more you're recognized, and then you expect or demand people to give you what you want all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't want, I want to sit in the front row of such and such theater, or I want to get first class tickets to so-and-so's concert, or I don't want anyone to play clips of my movie while I'm being interviewed. And that's not right.
I remember in 2001, mm-hmm. I was smoking some weed and listening to Everclear.
How does that not surprise me?
I don't know. You're not easily surprised then.
No.
And I was thinking about life, and at the time I thought, I'm going to become a successful artist. We saw how that worked out. But I started thinking to myself, what's it like being a rock star? And you struggled for all these years. Finally, you have 1 or 2 hit records. And then you make like innocuous comment to somebody, maybe you're even joking, and you say, oh, I never want to see this person again. You come back the next day and you see that that person's been fired,
Mm-hmm.
right? You start to realize the power you have. But you also realize that it can kind of do what you said. It can get you in to see other people's performances. It can get you early access to movies. People love you. So that's got to be a really weird thing for the ego.
Oh, of course. It's giving, the person, if they let it get to them, their heads get bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah.
And, they feel, since they've gotten what they want in the beginning, then they expect to get what they want all the time. Entitlement. And not every famous person acts like they're entitled. Not every famous person is like that, but a lot of them are, it seems like.
I do like a lot of memoirs of celebrities.
Uh-huh.
That said, I think that many of these books are filled with lies about how down-to-earth somebody is after becoming successful.
Yeah.
Or at least exaggerations.
I personally think if a person was really down-to-earth, they don't have to advertise it.
Exactly.
They don't have to say, oh, I'm really real and down-to-earth in their books. Or, I'm a real person and I just want to stay at home when they're being interviewed by a talk show host.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, I know you like that example.
No, this is one I can think of.
And it's also a weird thing. Celebrities will talk about how much they hate being famous.
Yeah.
But yet, okay, I get that sometimes it sucks. Like, I know enough to know that I don't understand what it's like. But by the same token, I could see where it would suck if you're going out trying to do normal stuff and somebody's always following you.
Yeah.
That said, if this is the case, you would think that instead of just like spending money on expensive cars, they would put that money into the stock market and maybe consider,
starting their own business.
Well, something like that. And maybe consider retiring from the film or the, recording industry a little bit sooner. Instead of, oh, this sucks. And by the way, I have 10 more projects coming out next year.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't think I could ever marry somebody that was super famous because, if they're being watched, as an individual person who's famous, how much more are they going to be watched if they had me on their arm as their girlfriend or wife? That would be very uncomfortable for me, I think.
Yeah, let me pick on George Clooney for a second, even though I am a fan.
Oh, George Clooney, he's old now.
He is old.
I know.
I remember when the whole Princess Diana thing happened of her dying.
Yeah.
He was on TV talking about what it's like being famous and, you got to watch out for the paparazzi and there are all these crazy fans and, they'll never stop following you. It's just this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, you probably made 15 to 20 movies since giving those interviews. Mm-hmm. And on some level, I'm sure you wanted those movies to be successful. Maybe you didn't think that they were all going to make tons of money, but in the back of your mind, you probably at least wanted them to be loved by critics. And George Clooney is still super famous, but I don't think that he has the level of fame that he did back in 1998. And I bet part of him misses that. Like, I'm sure he has more money, but I'm sure part of him wishes that people would still,
but how do you know whether or not people still talk about him or...
People still do talk about him. I'm not saying that he's not a star. He clearly is. But is he as popular as he was back in the late 90s? No.
How do you know that?
Well, babes, let's break this down. Okay.
I'm just asking.
Do you want me to break it down for you?
Okay.
Okay. In the late 90s, he was on a top 5 TV show. I almost said the number 1 show in the country, but we could agree that at the time, ER was like a top 5 show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people were watching it, yeah.
And the internet and cable were around, but they weren't at the same height as they are now. So now you could get a top 5 show with maybe 10 to 15 million people watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I'm going to guess off the top of my head that probably 40 to 50 million people each week were watching him on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There's that factor. He was also making movies at the time. Now, some of his films were less successful than others,
Mm-hmm.
but he was still in the film industry. He was on the cover of all these magazines because he was like the young dude in his, early to mid 30s.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's not a star now. That would clearly not be the case. But is he as famous as he was in the late 90s? No. And I bet part of him misses that.
Or maybe he doesn't. Well, I mean, think about Jack Nicholson. He's well into his 80s.
Yes.
He's in his early 80s, but he's older. I have to wonder what he thinks about that, because he's been in a lot of movies. He's gotten a few Oscars. I wonder how he feels looking back on it when he was a young man, starring in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and things of that sort. I wonder how he feels about it now.
I don't know Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
But I would assume that part of him misses being super famous.
Or maybe he's just, he said, well, maybe he's just thinking, well, I'm glad I did it and it was good while it lasted, but I'm glad that I have some privacy.
Listen, there are things about each period in your life that you're going to love or hate. So, is there part of him that enjoys no longer being on the cover of 10 magazines each month?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. But I bet you there's also a part of him that wishes he was still at that level of fame. That wishes that TV talk shows would still have him on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it would be, the same for us. Like, sometimes I think back about 20 years ago when I was I was a little bit younger and, things were a little bit simple then. But then I think about it, I'm like, well, I do miss those times, but at the same time, there are things about this period of my life that I do like.
Yeah. Now, having said that, you already know my thing. If I had a choice between being alive now or being alive 20 years ago, I would choose 20 years ago if I can know then what I know now.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all think about that from
Mm-hmm.
time to time. I mean, sometimes I do. Like if I was 21, 22 and I was smarter than I was back then.
Well,
a little bit smarter and wiser.
I'd want to know everything that I know now back then. So it would help me be better in relationships. It would also help me, let's be honest, I'd be able to invest money because I know what companies are going to do well. But then from the other standpoint, it would also help inform me as an artist about what moves to make and which ones not to. And there's also the knowledge of things you could do for your health and things you could encourage other people to do that I think would be really intriguing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but unfortunately that's not available.
Yeah, and, who knows? When we die, maybe we'll get the opportunity. You know what thought I had the other night, babes?
Uh-oh.
Kind of related to this, but not.
Oh, what?
Because, this is one of my fantasies, is that, when I die, maybe I'll get the opportunity to go back and relive my life knowing everything I know. It's a fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the other thing I was thinking last night, because I do these thought exercises, is if I really am the only person on this planet that's real,
Uh-huh.
meaning that when I die, there's an afterlife for me,
Mm-hmm.
and all of y'all just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I don't know that now. And yes, that doesn't mean I'm going to get to relive my life. But if I look at the world like that, that's an interesting way to view it. Because it means that you can kind of do things that normally you wouldn't. Now, do I believe that to be the case? No.
Okay.
But it's an interesting thought experiment. That this is a simulation, but I'm the only one in the simulation that's real.
Okay.
What do you think
And
about
we've
that?
talked about this ad nauseum.
Okay.
You may have even repeated it in
Oh, my
other
goodness.
podcasts.
Well, I've definitely said that there's a possibility that I'm the only one here that's fake.
Oh, well.
You know.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. What type of games do you think they play in heaven? What are you doing?
Oh, no, I'm just fixing my blanket.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I am sure there's a lot of enjoyment.
See, this would be an interesting game to play, though. The game of Earth. You know what I mean? Like, you're in heaven, what are you going to do? Well, let's pretend that I'm from the planet Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that question. That is something to be experienced and not to speculate.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, I really can't answer that question.
That's fair, babes.
Shall we?
That's okay. You called your mom last night.
Yeah, I did.
You're moving your stuff around, babes.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
That's right. It'll make some noise, but I just want you to be aware of that.
I am.
Okay.
I called her back because apparently she called me while I was sleeping. Yeah.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it might be your mom, but then I noticed you'll often call multiple times, and she only called that one time when you were sleeping.
She did, yeah. Sometimes she'll call me twice in a row. Anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, she did call me. She called me and then I called her back.
She's coming here on April 4th.
That's what she said. She bought her ticket for April 4th.
But you will not be returning to Washington with her.
Well, I'm not planning on it. If I were to go to Washington, I'd like to do that in the summer.
Nice.
When it's nice and warm. But I don't know when I'm going to do that.
Oh, so is she officially moving back?
I don't know what's going on. I mean, my grandma wants to go back to the Philippines, but she, right now the Philippines is still restrictive, and I don't know what they're going to do, honestly. I want her to just move back already and, find a place up north and, settle there, because it's so hard to call like 15 hours behind when one of us is awake and the other one is getting ready to go to bed.
I hear you.
What I mean? And, and if she's so worried about, if she's worried about her family, especially her kids, then why not just move closer? That's what I say.
Or don't worry about them.
Oh, if you tell her not to worry, she's still going to worry.
Uh-oh.
She just, that's what moms do. They worry all the time.
Really?
Well, at least my mom does it.
That doesn't seem very healthy.
No, it isn't healthy. It's not healthy. I think she has not been able to figure out a way to get around that. But I digress.
Yes.
Yeah, she said she's coming on the 4th. I think because my birthday is going to be in 10 days afterwards.
On the 14th.
Yes, it is. Which it's pretty crazy. It's coming up soon.
I know.
Well,
good. I'm happy to hear that there. Jaylo.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, good for her, babes.
You almost said him. Really good for him. Her. I love you, Bubby.
I love you, baby.
Never a dull moment. Always a funny moment.
Have you told your mom that I might be moving to the Philippines?
No.
Okay.
Because I said no. And by the way, we talked about this afterwards.
What do you mean? No, we talked about it before you talked to your mom.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh. I did not tell her that.
Okay, you might want to bring that up to her.
Why? I'm
Just
not going with you.
Really?
No.
Why not? Money goes a lot further there, babes.
Bubs, it's a different country. Eventually you'll have to become a citizen.
Well, then make it happen, okay?
Bubs!
What?
Jeez, stop it.
What are you doing? You sound tired, babes.
A little bit, but Bubs.
What?
Who's stopping?
Who's talking?
I am not moving to the Philippines.
Oh.
I'm not going with you.
Oh, I still love you there, Jaylo.
I love you too there.
Prices are a lot cheaper there.
Yeah, but I don't want to move there just because rent is better. Because think about it though, eventually you're gonna have to learn the language.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you're gonna have to be a citizen, and then there's some other things that you're not used to, like the water.
Yeah.
The water is not you're not gonna be able to. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Oh, I thought I felt something on my foot.
Oh.
Anyway.
You're fidgety today.
I'm sorry, Buff.
I'm usually the fidgety one, but it will show up in the recording.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Then I'll hear, you should recording sound off, Bob.
Fuck.
Sorry, go ahead.
You're not a good boy.
I'm always good boy. Keep going.
Well, I mean, the water's not good. There's some sanitation stuff. I don't know. There's just a lot of things that I've noticed, even, being there for a month. Although you could possibly hire people to work for you around the house.
Nice.
But I don't know. It's just, I don't really see myself living there, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Babes.
Yeah.
We lost an hour.
We did, because we did spring forward, because we lost an hour, but we gained some sunshine apparently.
I like that.
I don't like losing an hour, but I don't like this whole daylight savings time anymore, and a lot of people have been saying that they want it to be over with.
Yeah, it's a big thing, the push to get rid of it. They've been talking about it since I was a kid.
Okay, I did not hear about it when I was a kid, and it's probably because Hawaii doesn't have daylight savings time.
Yeah. Oh, your phone keeps going off.
Oh, I think I got a message or something.
Oh my God.
Anyway, a text or whatever. Anyway, but...
Oh, you're moving your feet around the edge. Whoa.
Sorry.
That's okay, babes. It's just going to show up in the recording.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been hearing this weird background sound recently in our recordings.
Really?
And I've been wondering what it was. And I think, and I'm not trying to pick on you, it's you moving your feet around. Because when you're doing it now, I'm thinking, oh, that sounds like the sound that I've had trouble editing out.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've noticed it. I mean, there are times where I've heard you mess with the buttons on your with the volume on your recorder. I've heard that.
In the actual recording?
Uh-huh.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, I heard you, I don't know, like tapping something or pressing buttons.
Yeah, but a lot of times you'll tap on the recorder.
No, I'm serious, Buzz. I think I heard you tapping, or not tapping, but pressing buttons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Good.
Well, I'm happy for you there, Jaylo. But you will not be going to the Philippines or to Thailand with me.
No. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that.
And you also hate your daylight savings time.
I think it should just be a memory already.
I agree.
It doesn't, I mean, I don't even know that farmers like daylight savings time, because it was supposed to be for the farmers.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, honestly, babes, this is such an issue that most Americans could, agree on.
Yeah.
I bet you probably like 95% of people you ask would agree with us on this. And yet we can't get it done.
I'd like to eventually not have to worry about going to a state and changing my clocks.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It crosses party lines. Super conservative people and ultra liberal people would all agree on this. It crosses class divisions and race, and yet it's not getting done.
Well, you know what? Donald Trump was trying to push that to be so. He actually wanted to get rid of it.
Was he?
Yes. I'm serious.
Okay.
He has talked about it. He's wanted to get rid of it as much as everybody else did. Yeah, I think it's time for it to go. I really do. I don't know why daylight savings time was for the farmers, and I think I need to look that up.
Well, I get it, because it was so they could work another hour in the sunlight. to handle their crops, I believe.
Okay.
But it's time to move past that. Let's come on, babes. Let's get on this thing.
Well, and modern farmers, I think, would probably agree to and say, yeah, I think we should just get rid of it already.
Yeah, but yet we're gonna be stuck with it.
I don't know, Bubs. We'll see.
Okay, well, I guess going away next year, Bubs. You watch.
Bubs.
Trump will be back in office, and daylight savings time will be no more. Bubba.
Oh, Bubs.
What?
Stop being sarcastic now.
I never would.
Yes, you would.
I never would. I love you.
I'll box your ears.
Oh, my goodness.
I won't do that hard.
Thank you. I love you, and I never would.
Yes, you would.
I love you, and I never would.
Oh, stop it.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, we lost an hour, but that also means that spring will be here soon, in a few days.
Very good there, Jaylo.
I don't like the beginning of spring where it's really rainy, like in April.
I don't mind it.
I don't like all the rain. And then I'm getting used to the weather, so then it makes me kind of sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
But that always happens when seasons change for me now that I live in the Northwest.
So
I've been living here for years.
Yeah, because it seems like you spend half the year like with your schedule off because of the weather changes.
Yeah, I mean it affects people a lot. There are people that it affects a lot more with seasonal depression.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt you, babes, but I thought that just came to my head. I wonder if people who are born and raised in Hawaii and then move to the mainland have more issues with seasonal depression because they were raised in an environment to where their body never really had to change seasons that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to places to where it's just sort of the norm.
Because you're pretty used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, there are people that live on the mainland and they still have seasonal affective disorder.
Right, but it's not at the same numbers. I mean, I don't know if it is. Somebody should do a test.
I wouldn't even call it depression for me. I just get physically tired.
Yeah.
But I'm not sad or anything.
Yeah.
It just makes me sleepy and drowsy and what have you. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been in classes and it was like the beginning of spring and I would just get in there and I'm like a zombie because I'm so sleepy.
Nice.
That's not nice.
Oh.
It's bad.
Bad.
It's bad.
Okay. Babes.
Yeah.
I've always said a man must have a code.
Right. No, you haven't.
Oh, really?
No, that would be Bunk Moreland.
Bunk Moreland, your buddy.
I don't know the guy, but he seems like a cool guy. He seems like he knows what he's doing.
We watched an episode of The Wire yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to say something about it?
No. I think because you know more about it, it's so hard to. There's like a lot of things going on, but maybe you should start with this one.
I'll mention a few things about the episode. Presbeluski has been working on the codes. So he already knows how everybody figured out what numbers to dial to get a hold of specific people. As far as, the runners and all those people and D'Angelo. But he figures out the code of the slang that they're saying on the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, okay, there's going to be a cocaine deal tomorrow. Bird's going to have some stuff. Mm-hmm. The crew plans, they're not even going to chase Bird. They're going to go after the other person in the car. And it turns out to be the kid who Prez had his eye knocked out, right?
Yeah, with the eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he was going to be the one that had the package. Correct?
Right. They take him into the office, and it's very awkward because he sees Presbeluski, who goes into Daniels' office. Daniels goes outside, starts talking to the kid, gives him his card, and says, you can call me whenever, and I'll help you. Mm-hmm. And the kid basically says, this guy thinks he can buy me off with his card.
The candy bar.
And throws it on the ground.
Yeah.
Which I could see from the kid's perspective why it would come off that way.
Well, and you also tried to give him some candy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Reese's Pieces. I believe.
Peanut
Reese's,
butter cup.
Yo. I want a Reese's, yo.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. That's going on in the episode. They finally get Bird. right?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts using some very inappropriate language to Kima, which I did not appreciate.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Well, you act like you didn't, but I'm kind of thinking you're pretty used to it, right?
Oh.
Well, it was very inappropriate. It was a lot of epithets.
Yeah, I did not like that. I don't like swearing babes.
Yes, you do.
Okay, if you say so.
You don't do it as much as other people do, but you still do, Bubs.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe.
You're not nice boy sometimes.
I'm always nice boy.
No.
Yeah, I'm always nice boy.
Anyway, yeah, he was. Yeah, he wasn't very nice.
No,
not at all.
So, Kima, Daniels, and Jay decide to beat him up, which maybe they could have handled better.
Yeah, they could have handled it better. They shouldn't have resulted to beating him up because they already had him strapped.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like it would really hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omar helped them get Bird.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to Bunk. It turns out that they both went to Emerson together.
Yeah.
But Bunk was like a couple years ahead of him, and Bunk apparently was into lacrosse.
Yeah.
And there's a great scene where they're talking, and Bunk says, "A man must have a code."
Yep.
Which is a great line.
Yeah.
Omar gives Bunk some information on some murders. Now, Santangelo was told by Rawls, "You either got to get me something on McNulty or bring in a case."
Mm-hmm.
Because of Omar's help, they write it up and give Santangelo the information on a case that he can close. Yeah.
And I think Rawls was telling him, pick a file, any file, as long as you get me a case.
Yeah. Wallace is still tripping over the murder, so we don't really see him that much in this episode.
Except for when he's lying on the bed and he just got high.
Yeah, that's basically his contribution to this.
Yeah. He's been MIA.
Yeah, there's other stuff like the judge extended the warrants for another month.
Right, and then Johnny and Bubbles go to this was it like a parole board hearing?
Well, Johnny does go to face a judge because of, the crimes he's committed.
Yeah, possession of illegal substances, yeah.
Because Bubbles isn't good with Kima, Kima goes up to the prosecutor and says, "We need that one out." And the guy says, "Okay, here's what's going to happen. Have him plead to this, and he'll have to go to like an AA type organization. But we're not going to send him to jail. He'll have to get treatment. Yeah, he'll have to be processed, so it'll be a couple hours, but he'll be out by the end of the day."
Yeah.
Okay. So they go to this meeting, and I love it when the guy says, "Okay, has anybody here been clean for 3 months? Anybody here been clean for
24 hours?"
Yeah. Well, first he says, "Has anybody here been clean for a month?" And then he's like, "Has anybody been clean for 24 hours or has a desire to be clean?" Bubbles gets up. I almost called him Bubs. Gets this, their like key or chip or whatever it is. He sits down and Johnny's like, "We shot up this morning."
I had to laugh at that one.
That was great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about this episode?
No, it's quite an action-packed episode, I have to say.
Did you like it?
I did. I mean, I don't know if I would say that I liked it per se, like as much as you did, but I liked it for what it, it seems that they're getting closer and closer to solving the case.
Yeah.
Because of the codes and everything, and, so. Oh,
we also find out that Bunk, Jimmy received anal sex from Bunk Moreland as a reward for starting on the force.
Huh?
Well, no, that was a joke because when they're in the bar, Jimmy jokes with the Bunk about, hey, I appreciated that.
Oh, yeah.
It's clearly he's having fun with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
We know that Lester is my favorite character.
He seems very calm, cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, but Bunk is high up there too.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him at this point in the series?
I think that Bunk is pretty smart. He's also in on the codes, I think. He probably knows about the codes now, too.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing. He's not with the regular crew that's working to bust D'Angelo. He's kind of from the sidelines.
Okay.
But he's helping because he's friends with Jimmy and they're partners. So
Yeah.
he's kind of like an unofficial member of the crew. That's the way I view him.
Yeah, I do like him. Even though he's like a supporting character.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. He seems like he would be a really cool person to hang out with.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd love to have dinner with Buck one night.
Jimmy McNulty, I know he does the work, but he also has a lot of issues with his family life and everything. It's not good. I think Kima's really good at her job.
Kima's great.
Yeah. She, she's on top of it. I do like Lester.
Yeah.
I remember that one part where they were busting the, was it the kid or who was the one that had the gun?
They were, I think this is when they were, coming up on Bird, yeah.
Oh, and then he empties out the gun.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, wow, look what we have here. And, I just like how he did that.
Who's your favorite character so far?
I think Lester Freeman.
Nice.
He's such a smart guy.
Yes.
And I mean, thinking to what you said about how he let the cast stay at his house.
That was super.
Really, generous.
That's super cool. And it also is a very Lester Freeman type move. You know what I mean? After watching the show, it seems like something Lester would do because he told them, because they each got per diems, he would go up to cast members and say, hey, I'll charge you half of what you're paying for rent. And you can come and stay with me. Mm-hmm. I could see Lester doing that.
And he had a lot of space,
yeah.
And him and his wife, welcomed them in. And then, there was still, when his son wasn't visiting, because his son would visit him all the time, how you said it. And some people stayed in the basement.
I know. I think he let cast members keep their stuff in the basement.
Oh, their stuff in the basement. Okay.
Yeah. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with Clark Peters, who played Lester Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because you wouldn't think that a guy who made doll houses would be so good at detective work, figuring out codes
But all the pieces matter.
All the pieces matter, which was the name of the book.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, what do I think about Omar? I'm not sure yet. I mean, he's a very, very helpful person when it comes to looking at who's been murdered, how they've been murdered, helping them out because, they're trying to get these people off of the street. So I don't know. Bubbles is kind of interesting too.
Tell
me. He is helping the crew out too. And, I don't know. Bubbles and Omar I'm still kind of thinking about.
How do you feel about D'Angelo?
I don't know. I still don't know. He's definitely in the game, but you could tell that in some ways he does have a heart.
Yeah.
He's got a girlfriend and a son. I'm sure he wants good for them, but he's stuck in this lifestyle with his brother. That is his brother, right?
No.
Avon?
Avon is his
cousin?
His uncle, I believe.
His uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was his brother.
No, that's his uncle. They're closer in age, but he's his uncle.
Oh.
Avon Barksdale.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know how I feel about D'Angelo.
Oh. Well, good. I'm glad you're liking the show there. Jaylo.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll show it to your mom.
I don't know. It's such a guy show.
It is a guy show.
I don't know if she'd like it.
Uh-oh.
To tell you the truth. There's a lot of... I mean, I will say this. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of... There is violence in it, but not quite as much as there is in The Boys.
Yeah, The Boys is over the top.
The Boys is really violent.
It's a great show, but The Wire's better, in my opinion.
Yeah. And The Boys deals with good and bad superheroes. So... Yeah, I don't think I'd show my mom those two shows.
Oh.
They're just a little too much.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe you'll watch Ted Lasso there. Jaylo.
I don't know if she liked that one either. Maybe she would. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she'd like Ted Lasso. But what do I know?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure.
Oh. Well, good. Oh, you're moving your legs around, babes.
Shall we?
That's okay. I can hear it. It'll be on the record.
Well, maybe you'll have to edit it.
It's very hard to edit that.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't hear anything like that.
Okay.
But maybe it's because a dot does not carry that noise. I don't know.
If you had a cell phone, you know, like a smartphone, you'd be able to hear it. Oh, are you ever going to get a smartphone? What's the deal with this?
I'm still definitely thinking about getting an iPad first.
Nice. Yeah, you should definitely come on, move into the model.
Sorry.
It's okay, babes. There are programs you can apply for that'll help you out with it too.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, you don't like it.
I probably have enough money to buy one.
Really? It's time to
Yeah, I don't think I need that to be bought and paid for.
Yeah, and if they still have the Antique Roadshow on, babes, you might be able to trade in your old computer.
Bubs!
You laughed at that, babes.
Okay, Bubs. Oh, stop it. It's not like it was made in the 1900s or anything.
Oh, nice.
Bubs, or the 1600s. Or...
You thought that was funny too, babes.
Bubs.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Jaylo?
Yeah.
Tell me about Seinfeld. Well, by the way, I think we may only be able to watch one episode today because we're getting near the end of the series, unless you want to watch the finale, which kind of sucks.
Well, we don't have to watch that. We don't have to continue on with that season, you know.
That's true.
We can go to a different season.
Oh.
In fact, there's other seasons that I haven't really watched a lot of episodes.
That's interesting to me because I watched so much Seinfeld when I was younger that I
didn't watch it a lot, though.
I've seen it all. I'm surprised.
I know, but I really didn't see it a lot. I mean, I saw it, reruns of it, and I liked it, but I don't remember watching every single episode.
My best friend has told me that she didn't watch Friends or Seinfeld when they were originally on the air. She watched them like years later.
Wow, I'm surprised. Because that's when they were really, really popular. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, we don't have to continue on with that season. We could just go to we could just go to a different one.
Oh.
Because you said that they get better with every season.
Yeah, but we're near the end of the 9th season.
I know, but we don't have to stay there.
Okay, we'll watch lesser episodes. There are good episodes from the earlier seasons.
Yeah,
and I know I'm in the minority when I say that the last 2 seasons were my favorite. So, I listen, I obviously loved Seinfeld before it got to that point. But it is what it is, Jaylo.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to say anything about what we watched yesterday?
Okay. So, the first episode, I'm trying to think here.
Trying to think, but nothing happens.
Hey.
That's what the Three Stooges said, babes.
Oh my goodness. I heard they're pretty funny. I haven't watched a lot of their cartoons.
Cartoons?
Or a lot of them.
Oh my goodness. I think you have dyslexia.
No, I don't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the Three Stooges.
Okay.
Didn't they do cartoons at one time?
They might have done cartoons based on the Three Stooges, but the original members of it, I don't believe, voiced any cartoons.
I did watch some. I didn't watch a lot of Three Stooges growing up. But that's besides the point. So, the first episode, that wasn't the one with the cake, that was the second one. What happened?
There's a thing with a rickshaw.
Oh yeah, the rickshaw. Yeah, that's right. Because Kramer was working with some homeless people and having like this rickshaw business, and that just That just went bad.
Yes.
Went downhill, especially when the rickshaw almost ran over Newman.
That's not what happened.
Did it run over Newman?
No. Newman gets Kramer to pull the rickshaw while he's on it, and Kramer lets go, and the thing falls backwards down this hill.
And then I'm trying to think about... Oh, yeah, that's right. Elaine goes to Peterman's party, and they keep talking about, oh, we missed you dancing last year.
Yeah, and she makes out with this dude and tells everybody that they've been dating for a while. But then it turns out he has an alcohol problem. So she is coerced by Peterman to help this man get clean, who barely knows.
And then Jerry makes a comment, you're better at fake relationships than real ones. Like, yeah, I guess I am. Oh, it's so funny how they somehow ended up together.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange.
Yes.
But was there anything with George?
I'm sure there was. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But the second one was funny.
Oh, wait a second. Was this the one with the stuff that happened at the bookstore?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He took the book to the bathroom, and it was flagged.
They won't let him return it. He can't donate it, not even to Rebecca De Mornay. So, also, Jerry sees his uncle Leo stealing a book, tries to bring it up calmly to him. Leo explains that everybody does it.
Yes.
And the bookstore is about to press charges. George tells Jerry that he's going to steal a book. Jerry turns him in so that they can make an example out of George and let his Uncle Leo out of the mix. Yeah. And that's basically the episode.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, the second one was funny because Elaine, it seemed like...
Sorry.
I think I need a nap after this.
Oh.
Elaine had these coworkers that would celebrate everything.
Yeah.
A birthday.
A sick day.
Yeah, two Walters. One Walter had a birthday and the other one, it was his last day.
Mm-hmm.
And Elaine was just tired and she called in sick. And they gave her a carrot cake in her office. She's like, I do not want to celebrate everything. This is the last time I ever want a cake in my office.
And then she realizes that she's addicted to the sugar high.
At 4:00.
She goes into Peterman's office, eats a cake. Peterman enters and explains to her that he bought a piece of cake at an auction from some royal wedding from 1937.
It's like, how does it taste? Oh, pretty stale. And she ate it all. And she's trying to buy a cake, and George is like, well, you can get it from Entenmann's. Like, Entenmann's? Yeah, they have a case of it, the cakes in the grocery store. And what happened with Jerry? I'm trying to remember.
He was dating a girl who always finished his sentences.
Yeah, I think her name was Lindsay, and it was Elaine's friend. Yeah, I think her name was Lindsay. It was Elaine's friend, and she's like, you have to break up with him. You have to break up with her.
He goes to break up with Lindsay. We should explain that there is a killer on the loose in Lindsay's neighborhood.
The Lopper.
Right, the Lopper. Actually, before then, let's talk about George.
Okay.
At the beginning of the episode, they go to an old pizza place where they used to play this game, and George still has the high score.
Fraga.
The pizza place is going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
So George buys the game, enlists Kramer and his buddies to help power the game while they move it across town.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when Jerry is leaving Lindsay's place after the 10-hour breakup, even though they were only in a relationship for a couple of days.
A couple of days, yeah.
He sees a man walking up the street and decides to run back to Lindsay. Because you think it might be the killer. That was a Lopper, yeah. Yep. Next day, George is moving everything, and something happens and a car or a big truck ends up destroying the video
Yeah,
game.
because he's moving the video game machine through the cars.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
Yes. That was a good episode, Babes.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Jerry ends up going to Pennsylvania Dutch country with Lindsay. Even though he didn't want to.
Yes.
Lindsay was a weirdo.
Oh, almost Lindsay's. I almost said something and I'm glad I didn't. Oh, possibly weirdos. I don't know.
Well, Anyways, I have not met any strange Lindsays in my time.
You've heard of Lindsay Buckingham?
That's a different Lindsay. It's a guy Lindsay, and no, I have never met him.
You've heard of him though.
Yes, I have, and they did fire him.
Yep. Even though him and Stevie Nicks used to do it.
They used to, yeah. They were together for a long time, and nothing ever happened after that.
Yeah, they used to do it.
Yes, Bubs.
Yes.
Well, you know that he wrote that song for her. You Can Go Your Own Way.
I did not know that. I know that on interviews she says, "Oh yeah, we used to do it, and now we're no longer talking to each other." No, she doesn't say it like that.
No, you said it like that.
Okay, I bet she's a cool lady. And Alana apparently disagrees with that.
No. She might be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
She might be. But anyway, yeah, I believe he may have wrote that song for Stevie Nicks, You Can Go Your Own Way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Babes.
Yeah?
We had a easy dinner last night.
Still turned out really good.
Sandwiches, chips.
Yep.
It was good stuff.
Good stuff.
And then we watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it's based on a book. Okay, and we already established that my grandfather, they weren't best friends, but he knew Ken Kesey from high school.
Wow.
Because they both went to high school in like Springfield or Eugene, that area.
Somewhere, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think it was actually Thurston High School.
Oh, wow.
Where they had the shooting.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And he knew Ken Kesey from that.
Yeah. My grandfather did not know Kip Kinkle. That was way before his time.
That was way before his time.
Unfortunately, because your friends are attracted to him, so if my grandfather
probably
knew him,
not anymore.
I could have gotten them in to see him.
Oh my goodness! Well, I didn't even know you existed.
I'm not going to say any names. Two of your friends were into Kip Kinkle.
Yeah, I thought they were nuts.
I like one. Okay, that's a little bit strange. Two at the same time is even more bizarre.
And I think it had to do with some kind of like documentary about him or biography or whatever it is. I never saw it. I didn't want to see it. And I thought they were just crazy for thinking that they could visit Kip Kinkle.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't get involved with the person who murdered their parents.
Was one of his friends, if I'm remembering right, was a girl who was super hypersexual, right?
Yeah.
The one who had sex with like 5 guys in a day.
That's what she said. What she said. I don't know why she thought it was a good idea to talk about that before our science class started.
In front of the whole class?
No, to our friends.
Oh.
I thought it was weird that she was so open about that, and I'm thinking, yeah, I wouldn't brag about it.
I wish I would have met this girl in high school.
No.
In high school, babes, not now.
She is trouble.
Yeah, she probably has the HIV.
Huh?
She probably has the HIV.
I don't know if she does.
Okay.
No, I know what that is.
Okay.
No, she did have something, but I wouldn't have gotten involved with her as much as I was friends with her. She really had some issues.
Yeah, if you're attracted to Kip Kinkle and you're having sex with 5 guys in a day,
yeah,
you might have some issues.
No, she did have issues.
Yeah,
she was very depressed. She was clinically depressed, so that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Well, I could have been the 6th guy, and then the next day she resets and goes out with other people. But
no.
I did not have sex with this girl.
No, she was not stable.
Nice.
Not stable.
And you're taking us off the subject here, Jaylo.
No, you did.
Okay. So my grandfather knows Ken Kesey from high school. They're not, best buddies or anything, but they, everybody in high school kind of knows each other, I guess. Although, you want to hear something weird, babes?
We're getting off the subject.
We are, but this is how we do.
All right.
Okay, we discussed that there was the MLC 20-ish reunion recently, right?
Yes.
And I'm on the Facebook page. I see this thread. Somebody's doing something weird. Anyways, I look at the people who everybody says to invite. Now, I'm not on the list, but I'm not considering that an insult.
Yeah, because you didn't really want to go anyway.
Yeah, but there were a lot of names that were not on there besides mine that I was kind of shocked weren't being discussed as we should have these people at the reunion.
Wow.
Like, MLC was a very small school.
Yeah.
And the fact that some of these people were left out, it made me feel a little bit better that my name wasn't mentioned.
Well, how small was it?
Okay, it's K through 12, and I believe when I was there in high school, I couldn't tell you what year, I heard that the entire school had like 419 students.
More than the blind school I went to.
Right, but for a public school, what did your high school have? That is small, though.
That is small considering.
Not 420 students in the high school, 420 students from kindergarten through the end of high school.
Yeah, that is pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's like 400 plus students that were high school kids. Mm-hmm. How did they separate the grades? As far as, was there a separate area for the younger kids until middle school and then...
Yeah, it was basically like that. Like, now remember, I started going there in middle school, and before then, I think a couple years before I went there, they ended this. They had something called base stations. Mm-hmm. And again, I wasn't there during this period of time, so I might be completely messing it up. But from what I remember hearing, every teacher would have students from like kindergarten through high school meet in their room for like an hour, and then everybody would go about their day with an age-appropriate class, right? So if you're
kind of like homeroom then.
Something like that. So if you're in like 4th grade, you might go to this room for an hour, be with the younger and older kids, and then you'd go for the rest of the day, hang out with the rest of the 4th graders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an interesting spot. I wish I could have been there for that period of time, but
how did they handle that when you got there?
Well, I started there in 7th grade, so middle school there was 7th and 8th grade. And so we were all kind of in our group, but everybody would kind of like socialize with people too, so.
But you didn't have to meet at the base station?
No.
Okay.
Base station was just what they called that period, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Again, slightly before my time.
Because that almost sounds like homeroom. I do remember at my middle school where we would meet in homeroom before we go to throughout our classes. Now,
we did a version of homeroom for the seniors the last year that I was at MLC. Mm-hmm. But it was only that year and I was skipping a lot, so I don't know much about it. There's some attractive girls in there. But Jaylo, you are taking us off course.
No, you did, Bub.
How did I do that?
You were talking about your high school reunion thing, and then you were talking about base stations and your high school and all that.
Well, I forgive you, babes.
Okay, let's go on.
But God doesn't.
Ah!
No, I'm just joking, babes. I love you.
Oh my goodness.
Give me a kiss.
No.
Why not?
You will do.
No, give me a kiss.
Oh my goodness.
So, back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Which we haven't started talking about really.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, so after Ken Kesey knows my grandfather, he writes One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I think this is before he gets involved with the psychedelic movement. Right? Before he meets Jack Kerouac and all those people. I could have the timeline a little bit wrong. Mm-hmm. But, he was part of that whole movement that Tom Wolfe wrote about in the Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm not familiar with that.
Interesting book. And we'll eventually we'll get there, but probably not today. So, in any event, Kesey writes the book. Kirk Douglas reads it and buys the film rights and plays Randall P. McMurray on a Broadway interpretation of the show.
Oh, wow.
In 1962 or 63.
Oh, wow.
He wants to get the movie made, is having trouble with the financing, and is doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, in the 1970s, his son comes to him, Michael Douglas, and says, I think I can get the financing behind this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Michael takes over this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have heard of a musician named John Fogerty.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now, I know this seems like it's unrelated.
Yeah, how is it related?
You're going to have to roll with me for a minute, but trust me, we're going to get there.
Okay.
John Fogerty was, of course, part of a group called Creedence Clearwater
Revival. Yep.
He writes all these songs. And I think he's either a producer or an executive at the record company named Saul Zaentz.
Uh-huh.
John Fogerty accuses Saul Zaentz of stealing his publishing. Mm-hmm. And it creates a rift between him and the rest of the members of Creedence. And...
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Fogerty, I think in the 80s, writes some songs against Saul Zaentz.
Uh-huh.
Saul Zaentz sues him for copyright infringement, basically saying that Fogerty ripped off his own material. Now, Saul Zaentz loses this battle in court.
Mm-hmm.
And Saul Zaentz lives into his 90s and eventually passes away of natural causes, even though he screwed John Fogerty over. So what does this have to do with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to get there. Because he owned all this publishing, Saul Zaentz was a rich man in the 1970s. Michael Douglas talked to his father, and Kirk Douglas agreed to let Michael go out and see if he could get financing. Major studios didn't want to give them the money. But who does Michael Douglas know? Saul Zaentz.
Ah.
And Saul Zaentz provides the financing for him to get this movie made.
Wow.
So that's a little bit of the background of the making, or I guess how this film got made.
An unlikely source, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe you're going to say that John Fogerty agrees to help with Michael Douglas financing the movie.
No.
Okay.
No.
Not John Fogerty, okay.
So let's get to the actual movie.
He's too busy fighting with the members of Creedence.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yes. The film is... What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just getting some tea tree oil.
Oh my
oil.
goodness.
Go on.
About this mental institution ran by Louise Fletcher.
Nurse Ratched.
Mm-hmm, who also played Kai Wynn.
Yes. Very good on both parts.
Exactly. And she won an Oscar for this movie. And she's just trying to keep things under control. She's very much by the book, right? One day, a prisoner who has said that he is not mentally ill, that he's not mentally stable, gets brought to the mental facility. And he starts shaking things up, right? Yeah. Like, he's doing all these stunts. He really wants them to watch the World Series.
Yeah.
And won't quit pressing this issue. And eventually, Louise Fletcher brings down the line that says this is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. But she can't stop him from making these comments about the game.
Yeah, right? and then he does other things like he gets the boys to leave with him and they go fishing.
They steal a boat. But he's also doing cool things that don't just benefit him. So he starts talking to this guy named Chief, and everybody says Chief doesn't know how to speak. He's deaf, and you're wasting your time talking to him.
Yep.
But Randall keeps pushing this. He still talks to the Chief, tries to teach him about basketball.
Yep.
Eventually he's told, listen, dude, you may technically only have a couple months left on your prison sentence, but that ain't the way it works in here.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in here, you're in here. And you got to prove to us that you're sane before you can leave.
Yeah.
And based on how you're acting, we don't know when you're going to leave.
You're going to leave when we say you leave.
Yeah, which could be never.
Yeah.
Okay. He likes the people in there and is stunned when he finds out that most of the folks he knows are allowed to leave if they want to, but they're choosing to stay in there.
Yeah, because some of them are there voluntarily. They were not committed.
He causes a ruckus. A lot of people are taken down to have electroshock therapy.
Including him.
Right. While Randall is waiting, he offers some gum to the chief, who says thank you. And then Randall realizes that the chief has been fooling him and everybody else. And he's like, this guy's actually really smart. He knows what he's doing. It's like, you fooled us all, chief. Yeah. You fooled us all. Mm-hmm. Give him electroshock therapy. Randall comes back. And he's like, I'm my old self. I'm good as ever. Mm-hmm. Place closes for the night. Randall sneaks behind the counter where they keep the medication and the phones and all that stuff. Yeah. Calls his girl who we met on the boating.
Candy. He calls Candy and asks her to bring another girl and the booze.
Yeah, to basically bust him out. Yeah. But he wants to have one last night of fun with his friends before he leaves. He's finally about to go. There's a kid in the movie who stutters.
Billy.
And he finds out that Billy is attracted to Candy. Yep. Randall wants to do this kid a solid because he knows that this kid isn't really a threat and Billy's probably not going to get laid if he doesn't have sex now. So Randall goes up to your girl Candy and says, hey, come on, have some passion with this kid, right? Everybody falls asleep. They wake up the next morning, and all hell is starting to bust loose because Nurse Ratched comes in. She eventually finds Billy and just goes into him. I know your mother. How could you do something like this? Guards, take him away. You're going to go to Dr. So-and-so's office and wait for him. Mm-hmm. Billy kills himself.
Where does he kill himself?
In the office.
Oh, he does.
Because they leave him alone in there. And Nurse Ratched is like, we're not going to look at this. We're just going to pretend this never happened. Your man, Jack Nicholson, jumps on her, starts to choke her. Yeah. Eventually, they're separated. And they basically shock this guy until his brain is all fried up. We don't see it on camera. Yeah. But that's the implication.
And so he's not talking. He's not responding.
We don't know if it's that night or a couple weeks later. My guess is some time has gone by.
Yeah, and Chief is talking to him.
Well, Chief is waiting.
He's waiting, yeah.
And he's there the night that they bring Jack Nicholson back. And it takes a couple people to put him into bed. Yeah. Chief goes over to him, says, we're breaking out of here. Realizes that McMurray is pretty much toast. McMurphy, I'm sorry. Yeah. I do that with names. Yeah. And he decides that out of compassion, he's going to put McMurphy out of his misery. He kills him, breaks loose, and escapes. And that's essentially the end of the movie. Yeah. I saw this film, I believe, the last time when I was around 14 or 15.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That long ago?
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times before we watched it. Uh-huh. But that was the last time I viewed it. I used to rent this movie periodically. Yeah. Because it's a really good movie. But there were things watching it as an adult that I didn't really get when I was younger. In some ways I like it more, and in some ways I like it less.
Oh, okay.
I know you don't like it as much as me, but I think you would agree that most film buffs at some point in their life should watch this film.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Don't you think that this is a film that most people should watch at some point?
I guess. I mean, I don't think that way, but I guess.
Wow. I mean, it has 2 Academy Award winning performances and a 1 Best Picture Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, as I said before, I thought it was a good movie. Definitely a very good movie, but I thought in some ways it was very disturbing to see.
But it also has some great performances in it.
The guy who played one of the patients, Charlie Cheswick, was super good. Mm-hmm. I don't know who he was, but he was really good. And even though Danny DeVito had a small part, and he was very young, he was good too.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
This was before they worked together on Taxi.
Yep. And this was before Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before he was Doc Brown.
He should have gone back in time and helped Jack Nicholson out, but that's not the way things went.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I would give this movie a strong 8.
Yeah.
Borderline 9. But for me, there's a lot of different factors. There's how much I enjoyed the movie, but also its cultural importance.
Mm.
Now, I'll tell you something that was very unbelievable, but I didn't really pick up on as a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, it breaks the reality of the movie a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When he sends Candy to have sex with, is it Billy?
Yeah, the stuttering kid.
Yeah.
The stuttering guy.
Everybody falls asleep.
I didn't get that either.
Like, I could see 1 or 2 people because it's human nature.
To fall asleep.
Yeah, but to think that everybody would fall asleep at the same time is just a little bit too unrealistic.
And that he would have to, he would get caught by Nurse Ratched still naked and.
Oh, I believe that.
No, I wasn't done yet.
Go ahead.
I meant when he had to when he was putting his clothes on and everybody was, clapping because they knew it happened.
Yeah, I believe that. I could see that.
No,
happen.
but you said last night that you could see why I wouldn't believe it.
I could see why you wouldn't believe it, but I'm saying for me, I believe that.
Okay.
I didn't believe everybody falling asleep at the same time.
That was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit. So we're going to get into kind of a murky territory here for a couple of different reasons. I have not read the book that this movie is based on.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Okay.
Because I really should, and I've heard it's great, but I've also heard that while the movie is pretty much from the perspective of McMurphy, the book is from the perspective of the chief.
Yeah.
And again, it gets murky because I don't know that that's the case. I've heard that that's how it's done.
Right.
Then we get into issues of possible racism, right? Because, and it's a type of racism that is like, it's unseen. It's not like it's in your face. The Klan is at your house, but it's like, they weren't going to make a movie where the main star of it is this Native American guy who doesn't really talk until 3/4 of the way through the movie. And even then says very few words.
Yeah.
Now, as a moviegoer, and as somebody who knows how important this film is in the history of cinema, it's super easy for me to say that they made the right choice. But do you think that's the case? Do you think that this would have been a better film had it been told from the perspective of the chief?
I don't know, honestly. I couldn't tell you. I mean, this is my first time ever seeing it, so what do I know? I don't know.
And this is like my 4th time.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I really couldn't.
Does this movie make you want to read the book?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know if I will or not.
The reason why Louise Fletcher is such a great villain in this movie, and this is not an original thought, is because she thinks that she's the good guy.
Exactly. She thinks because she's doing things by the book and keeping everybody, keeping routine, because she thinks, well, some of these men are older and their minds are so badly damaged that they have to have routine.
What does this film teach us about how following the rules can turn us into the villain?
There are situations where you shouldn't live by the book, if that makes any sense.
Go ahead.
There's one thing if you're following the rules because there's a very good reason to follow the rules, but it's another thing if you're going by the book and you're not letting patients have any experiences.
But the setting of this movie is a mental hospital, right?
Yes.
It could easily, though, be a workplace environment or a school.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think it teaches us something about people who not only use the rules to justify their actions, but also the people who are left in charge to enforce the rules.
Yeah.
Right? So if it was based in a school, she could be the principal or the teacher who doesn't let the kids have any fun.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And she really did think that she was doing them a service.
Yeah. And she's a great villain, not just because she sees herself as a hero, but because we've all known 10 Nurse Ratchets. Now, they weren't nurses necessarily, but we've all known that person.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes her so great in this movie.
And it wasn't as if she was like as brazen as a drill sergeant, but you could tell that, at least for me, she seemed like the very, condescending type of a person. We have to talk about your problem.
Yes, your problem.
Yeah, we have to talk about how you dealt with your problem, and we're not going to talk about anybody else's problem right now.
Or, I'm friends with your mother. I'm going to tell her what you did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very condescending. She will just, thumb her nose at the people in the place, especially somebody like Billy, who isn't the smartest person in the hospital, the institution. So yeah, very, very condescending, but she probably didn't know that she was. No.
She's not the best villain in movie history, right?
No.
But she's in the discussion. I've heard people say that she's one of the best, and I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I said before that her as Nurse Ratched and her as Kai Wynn, they're different kinds of evil.
Yeah. Kai Wynn chooses not to believe that she's evil. Nurse Ratched genuinely thinks that she's not evil. There's a difference.
And what really, really did it for me, too, to know how evil she was, is that she was willing to go on with the rest of the day while this guy just killed himself.
Yes.
And, if somebody kills themselves in an institution, the day is no longer...
The day. It's no longer what's on the schedule.
It's no longer on the schedule. It's no longer a routine. Somebody has to come and eventually move the body.
Well, and it's more than that. She's friends with this guy's mom.
Exactly. And how is she going to explain to his mother why he killed himself?
I love Netflix.
Yeah.
But they did something a year or two ago which... Did it ruin my life? No. But did it mildly piss me off? Yes. Everything now has to be part of a greater cinematic universe. So they made a show based on Nurse Ratched. That's like a prequel to the movie series.
What is it?
I think it's called Ratched. Yes, I am serious. I believe it's called Ratched.
Oh, jeez.
I've never watched it. I don't want to watch it. I don't need to know the background of Nurse Ratched.
Yeah, and I don't need to know the background of a show of a star that is no longer around, Selena, because I already watched the movie. I don't need another show
like Netflix did.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I mean, they had better originals than that.
But to me, it's like you almost take away what's brilliant about this character by doing something like that. Like, most people aren't going to watch the TV show. But if I did, I don't think I would appreciate Louise Fletcher's performance the same way that I do.
Exactly.
Well,
they're probably not going to have her in the show, right?
No, because it's based on a younger Nurse Ratched. That's my understanding.
Yeah, I don't need to know why she's evil.
Mm-hmm.
She's evil because she's evil.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's just like if they were going to do a prequel to the Transformer movies, I don't really need to see a movie about one of the villains.
No.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
No. We will not be watching Ratched or Nurse Ratched or Nurse Ratched the middle school years or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It's just unnecessary. It's like, come on. It's one thing if there's like a prequel in a book, because you could read it and see if you like it. But if they're going to make it into an entire show, you don't know how long it's going to be on. It probably might be really bad. I don't know.
Also, Ken Kesey didn't write this.
Exactly.
And now, obviously, he had very little involvement with the movie.
Yeah.
I heard that when he sold the rights to Kirk Douglas, he only got $10,000. Now,
wow.
That's a rumor. I can't confirm or deny that, but that's what I've heard.
Mm.
But at least it's based on his material. The Nurse Ratched thing is based off of a movie that's based off of his material. So it's like a copy of a copy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
What do you think of Jack Nicholson in this film?
I think that, I mean, he had his own issues too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does, but I think he meant well for, to get these patients out of the institution, because it sounds to me like they've been cooped up there for a very long time.
Most of them, yes.
And of course some of them have been there voluntarily, not that they were committed. So I think he meant well, and to get them exposed to other experiences like basketball, fishing, watching or hearing about the game.
I've known people like Randall P. McMurphy,
Yeah,
too, which is also why it's such a great performance, is because these are people that you know in real life.
Uh-huh.
At least everybody in this movie I've known people like these characters.
Yeah.
And that's why the film resonates so well with people, I think.
Did you know anybody like Cheswick?
Not to that extreme, but I've definitely known people. Or
Harding?
I've definitely known people who are similar to Cheswick. I've definitely known people. Which one was Harding?
Dale Harding, I think his name was the one that they were focusing on his problem with his wife.
Oh yeah, I've known people like
that. And
he
just like completely went off the rails because
I've known people like the characters in this movie.
Yeah.
That's why it works so well. That's why I think at some point I owe it to myself to visit the book.
The man who played Harding was really good.
They're all great in this movie.
They are really good.
I don't think I saw a bad performance here.
Yeah.
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 What would you give it?
I'd give it a week 8.
Would you recommend this film to your family?
Possibly. I don't know.
When your mom comes here,
yeah,
are you going to watch this with her?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if she'd like it or not. I really don't know if she would. She might, or maybe she would like it. I don't know.
What's your elevator pitch to the fam?
Things are not always what they seem at a mental institution.
Oh. Because it seems like such a cheerful, happy place.
Take your medications, folks. Good morning, Miss Ratched.
I've had friends who have been institutionalized.
I would not like that.
No.
How did they feel about it? Was it like...
Well, they didn't like it either. Nobody who is currently in the close social circle. But people from years ago, I've known a few people who've been institutionalized.
I know of one person that you told me that was.
Mm-hmm.
I know of somebody who was, but for a short time.
In your real life?
Yes.
Okay.
She was in 8th grade with me, and there was a time where she was missing from classes. And I found out from a friend in one of my classes who was also friends with her that she was in a local mental institution.
I'm going to be super vague about this thing. And I might even be vague to you after we stop doing this.
All right.
I knew somebody who was placed in a mental institution when she was 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Whoa.
Can I ask you privately?
You can ask me privately, but I might even be vague then.
That's insane.
I'll let you, because that makes it sound like it's really close. I'll let you know this. It wasn't my sister or anybody on my mom's side of the family.
Or anybody that I know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is insane.
And it wasn't an ex-girlfriend.
I was just gonna ask that.
No.
But you heard about it?
Yes, I heard about it later.
That is insane. A 4-year-old in an institution?
This was in the 90s. She was 4 in the 90s when she was placed in the mental institution. And this was here in liberal Portland, Oregon.
That is crazy.
Yep.
That is not a place for children.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you know why she was in there?
I know that she came from a fucked up family.
Well, who wouldn't if they're going to place their child in a mental institution?
Yeah.
Besides her family being very, very bad.
I think a relative may have killed himself in front of her. Like right before this happened. Another reason I'm being vague about this is I actually don't know all the specifics about why she was put in there.
That is, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yes. On that happy note, I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, babes.
Doesn't sound like a happy note to me, Bubs. It's very depressing.
Yeah. I'm questioning how much we want to say about the next movie since it literally just came out 2 days ago.
I don't want to say too much, but I have to say that I thought there was a lot of funny parts in it.
In the movie Turning Red.
Yes.
It's basically about this. Were they from Japan?
No. They were from Canada.
She's
Chinese.
It's Chinese.
No. She was a Chinese Canadian girl.
Okay.
Maylin.
And it's basically the story about her relationship with her mom, and when she gets angry, she starts turning into a panda and all that stuff.
Any kind of emotional thing, excitement or whatever, her panda comes out.
I like this movie. Overall, I would give it a strong 7. There were a few little things here and there.
I gave it a strong 7 too.
Yeah. The one thing I'm going to point out is when she starts turning into a panda, her mom says, we can reverse this. It has to be on this night, and we're only going to get one shot at this. And then we find out that you get multiple shots at this.
But I think in her head, and I was trying to make the point that her mom probably didn't think that they could have a multiple shot at it. And she probably also didn't know that people can choose to release their panda spirits never to come back. Because remember when she said that, oh, my panda spirit is in this pendant, and you could have the same happen with your spirit. It could be locked away in the pendant. Yeah. But she probably didn't know that they could release their spirits and not have them come back.
Well, wait a second. The spirits do come back because the mom releases a spirit because her pendant breaks, and the panda is there. She turns in. Oh, I don't want to give too much away. I would push back on that a little if, it would just.
No, but remember though, her, the girls' aunties, right?
Yeah.
They all released their spirits.
Yeah.
And they didn't come back.
Oh, I see what you're saying at the end of the movie.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'm not talking about what happened before that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But there was a lot of funny parts.
It was good.
Her friends were really weird.
Yeah, like one of her friends when she turns into pandas is like, "Oh, I just want to hug you, and I love your fur."
Yeah, and she's kind of a weirdo. The other one has a really low voice. Mm-hmm. The other one, I think her name is Abby, seems a little bit more normal than the other two girls.
It's a good movie.
And her mom didn't like the friends.
Yeah. I'd give it a strong 7. What would you give it?
I would give it a strong 7 also.
Are you going to recommend this film to your family?
Oh, yeah, I would.
You going to tell your mom about this?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your elevator pitch for Turning Red?
You don't know what kind of stuff is going to come out when somebody gets angry. Most likely they won't turn into pandas, but
yes.
But it's a fun movie.
How do you feel, babes?
Yeah.
I told you last night, I'm giving you the heads up that I'm going to have a long discussion with just me and your mom about how I think that she should have disciplined you more as a child. And I'm putting in work on that.
No, you're not going to have a conversation with my mom about
That's
it.
It's going to be a very long discussion.
I don't believe you.
Yes, yeah, it is.
No. But my mom would tell you, and so would my other relatives, if you ever meet them, that I did not want to break the rules, and I always tried to avoid as many spankings or lectures as much as I could.
Well, good.
I also tried to avoid groundings.
Nice.
And I don't think I got grounded, but my sisters did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you should have been spanked more there. Farewell, but that's all of you. Give me a kiss.
I'll get you.
Give me a
I'll
kiss.
get you.
Oh, it is. Babes.
Yes.
Did you have any dreams last night?
I did not.
Nice. Neither did
But I think I'm going to need a nap after this.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right, then let's end it.
Okay, bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.